So I just got here to the Ottawa airport, and all day I've been monitoring because they've had bomb threats all day. But I think it's all cleared up now. Okay, got through customs security for here in Ottawa pretty quick. It was busy. One of the busiest I've ever seen it here in Ottawa, probably because of all the backlogs and the delays. The whole board is full of delays. Luckily, my Vancouver flight is not delayed, so that's good. And I always play a little game. I always play a little game when I head on the road like this, is how long till I'm recognized? Well, I checked my bag, I turned around, and somebody was standing there. Hey, Don, how are you? So I didn't make it very far. I literally made it to the airport. It's so much fun. Really nice gentleman. Had a nice little conversation with him. He's looking forward to my safari trip next month. And you know what? So am I. Okay, well, I made it to Vancouver, and that's my gate there, 85 to Seattle. But let me tell you a little story here. Our flights from Ottawa were all delayed because of various things going on in Canada. We had numerous bomb threats at various airports across Canada today, which only canceled a few flights, but delayed an awful lot. And mine wasn't delayed until I got there, and then it was delayed. So we did fly in, we just landed. Now the trouble is, my connecting flight to Seattle is leaving at 8:40, and I arrived at 8:55. But as I was mentioning, there is flight delays right across Canada today, so my flight was delayed. So a very nice lady by the name of Alessandro, working for Air Canada, was waiting for me as I walked off the plane with a little sign saying Mr. Terris, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna rush you down to your gate." I said, "Great." So she rushed me down. She even had a cart standing by outside waiting for me, drove me over to the American security and customs, and then told me she'll meet me on the other side. So I went to security. I was the only person in security, which is weird. There was 9 of them there, and it was me. So my bag went through like zip, no problem. Then I went to customs, and they just asked me where I'm going. I was going on a cruise in 2 days, and it gave me my passport back, and I'm through security. So yeah, that was no issues there. And then Alessandro was waiting for me when I got out of customs, and said the plane hasn't started boarding yet. So she said, I said, "Oh, great. Well, thank you very much for your help, and you can be on your duties. I know there's lots of delays and everything." She had lots of other people to try and help out, and so off we went. I found gate 85, which is right here, and yeah, no plane. It says we're leaving at 10 o'clock now. Well, it's 9:35, and we haven't started boarding, so I don't know if I'm going to get to Seattle tonight or not. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Well, luckily my flight did take off about 3 hours late. But I was just happy to be in the air, and I was quite surprised that I saw various people shooting off fireworks from my flight. I must have saw like 30 different ones on the short 25-minute flight from Vancouver to Seattle, and kind of curious because it was the 3rd of July, not the 4th of July. So yeah, I guess people were setting them off early so they can go to the 4th of July ceremonies. But yeah, hi everybody. I made it to the airport, and it was pretty backed up and everything, and I get down to the terminal, and it says that Air Canada flight coming in from Vancouver, that I'm over there on luggage terminal 9. So I go over to terminal 9, and up on the board there's 4 flights. Not one of them is Air Canada, saying that this is where they're unloading. But sure enough, like 4 minutes later, my suitcase comes around, and so yeah, got my suitcase, luggage is here, I'm here. Ubers were super expensive last night because you should have seen the traffic at the Seattle airport. It was backed up like all around. Like there was a huge lineup getting into the airport, like down the highway. it was so backed up. But I was just happy to have a ride back to the hotel. I had a very nice gentleman last night, gave me a ride here with the Uber driver, and yep, made it to my hotel. I'm staying here a little bit far from everything that's down there. I found one of the cheaper hotels. This is also one of the hotels that Princess books for people. Now, I booked this one on my own because I was able to use some points that I accumulated from my booking engine. So I got a little bit cheaper, like $100 cheaper for the night. So if you're going to save money, you always try and save money. And yeah, now I'm here. It was a weird day. But I'm going to tell you, folks, like bomb threats, canceled flights, delayed flights, and I took the whole day with a big smile on my face because I was just happy I was able to fly. And I knew I had time. If I couldn't get out yesterday, I would have got out today. And my cruise is until tomorrow. I knew I had time, so I wasn't panicking at all. Air Canada looked after me, and people were saying, they're probably wondering, saying, hey, were they having people wait there for everybody when you get off the plane in Vancouver? And as I remember, because I fly so often, everybody, I have a very high status with Air Canada. I fly Air Canada everywhere I go, pretty much, whenever possible. Or I book Star Alliance, which is a subsidiary with Air Canada, like they're partners. So I still get my air miles points when I fly with another airline, as long as they're part of Star Alliance. And so, no, I was the only person that that very nice young lady was waiting for me and escorted me through. And I was so happy that security wasn't busy, customs wasn't busy, and zipped right through. And yeah, still had time because my plane wasn't even there and the Air Canada staff wasn't even there yet. So, yeah, that was my day. And a lot of people were disgruntled and everything, but most people I talked to were actually in a pretty good mood. And I was really happy to see that. Hardly anybody. I talked to a gentleman in line and in Ottawa, heading to Vancouver, and everybody around us just seemed to be in a good mood, even with the delay, and worried about catching our flights. That's the kind of people you just love to travel with. So there you go. That was my day. I've never had such a stressful flight day and everything going on that I was so happy. So there you are. And until next time, everybody, well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.